Hi, I'm Jackie Stone. I run Abberton Rural Training. Abberton Rural Training provide education in rural skills. We run a variety of land-based skills, including woodlands, land, animal care, horticulture, and construction and carpentry. We take referrals from across North Essex, including directly from job centres, mental health practitioners, and all sorts of different community groups and charities, and people can also self-refer. We have 3 programmes that we run currently, one for over 19s, which is very broad land-based studies. We have an over 45s group, which includes the woodlands, horticulture, construction and carpentry, and we also do a programme for rustic recovery, which is for wounded and injured service personnel and veterans. We've got a fantastic team with our staff with a range of experiences from across the industry, our volunteers who are mainly past participants who bring a wealth of knowledge from having been through the process themselves and are very supportive to new participants joining the programme, but also our counsellors who have dealt with a lot of different issues, including preventing suicide. We use as much of our own produce to actually feed our participants. 2 of them cook together each day to cook for everyone else, and that gives us the chance to sit around the table and eat together. That does enormous amounts to help them understand how they can budget and cook for themselves, but also to gain social skills. We have the opportunity to give back a lot for wildlife by creating new habitats and improving native woodland by removing invasive species and returning sites to heathland. We have sites across North Essex, including our main sites at Wormingford, the Stonemarrows Aerodrome, Halstead, where we have a lakes and woodland site, and various farms and other woodlands that we operate from, owned by a variety of different partners. We're constantly evolving and learning, and we have a range of inputs from different partner organisations, but mainly it's from our participants. We need to listen to them, their needs, their feedback, and that actually allows us to evolve. This year we had the opportunity to partner with the Colchester Garrison Personnel Recovery Centre and have introduced a new programme called Rustic Recovery.
So we provide 4 courses that assist long-term wounded and injured service personnel to return to work. We decided the reconnection with the countryside, learning some rural skills which could be used in a vocational manner or just as a hobby or pastime manner, engaging in projects in small groups, having a laugh, prodding some embers, boiling a kettle over a fire, and all that associated sort of stuff was the foundation of well-being and a positive mental attitude that we wanted to support our core functions. Those that then towards mid or end of the Rustic Recovery Week are actually looking forward to engaging something in a positive nature, being part of that team again, and generally being able to take on what's ahead of them in an uncertain future as, what can you say, a challenge as opposed to what could have been perceived earlier to them before Rustic Recovery, an absolute nightmare.
We were able to step in really quickly, get a programme up and running and raise the funds, and that includes going to our goat farm. There's nothing that a baby goat can't fix, to learn animal care. We also cover construction, woodlands, horticulture and dairy farming. Half of the wounded and injured service personnel have physical disabilities, half have PTSD and other mental health issues. So getting out in the open air, doing things physically, being able to become part of a team again really improves their mental health.
I've really been enjoying it so far. At the moment I'm making a bookcase to take home with me. It could potentially help me lead into more learning or a job.
Tom's one of our latest new students who has different learning needs. The students come to us really not knowing what to expect and have a variety of barriers to overcome, and suddenly discovering that they are capable. We recently held a celebration event, and Ben, one of our students, had arrived with us with no confidence. He very bravely agreed to stand up in front of a crowd of about 100 people and tell his story.
My name's Ben, I'm 20, and during school that's probably one of the hardest times I've probably had to deal with because my confidence was absolutely at an all-time low. The staff have helped me kind of develop in that, and they're all amazing. I can't name everyone, so I'll probably forget someone, and I honestly don't want to do that. And this place is kind of given me more confidence to do like this and just be around other people. So I want to say a big thank you to everyone here who's helped me.
One of our rustic recovery participants, Mac, also stood up and told his story.
But after 10 years of sort of battling on my own, it became apparent I couldn't soldier anymore. So the following 6 months I tried to reinvest into City Street, etc. I tried to get by, but it became apparent I didn't fit anymore. And I'll be brutally honest with you, it was a really, really tough time. So one of the days you have to go up to Friday Woods to do some coppicing, land management. You go up there, you set up a little stew, you all gather around, and on these courses, people from across the army who are wounded, injured or sick soldiers, okay? Well, once you're doing things with your hands and you're learning, all your barriers, your initial barriers are sort of pulled right down, and you become quite vulnerable in a beautiful way. I was lonely and scared, embarrassed and ashamed, and that's the truth of the matter. Being out in the green, get blood pumping around your body, what it achieves. And that night, I had the first pucker night's sleep I've ever had in over a decade, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. It was a beautiful night's sleep.
Last year we were successful in placing 85% of our participants into either employment, self-employment, further education or volunteering. Looking forward, we are discussing with a number of partners further opportunities, including working with the personnel recovery centres to look at expanding the rustic recovery programme across the UK. Winning the regional award was fantastic. If we were successful in getting the national award, that would just be an absolute thrill for our staff, volunteers and participants, and really prove to them how worthwhile what they do is. It would also potentially allow us to open more doors, gain more funding and help more people, and really make more of a difference. Anyway, enough from me. I'll leave it to one of our participants to end.
In a nutshell, I've gone from being somebody who had a lot to give, nowhere to put it, no friends, no family, and no army anymore. Devastated, really sad, and it got to an all-time low, guys. I mean, and the moving forward part for me is I'm now going to become a counsellor / tutor mentor. We're still talking about that, you and I, and how I'm going to facilitate that, I don't know yet, but it all comes from here. And without this place, I wouldn't be alive. Like I say, from the bottom of my heart, I wouldn't be alive. So I'll keep it short and sweet.